just not the one between my mom and I. I have nothing against him. It's just that I barely know him, and they have been dating for 6 months, and I've only met him twice. I'm just a person who isn't used to change, and I'll admit that, but I feel like my mom is pushing this onto me all too soon without me even knowing him. Am I the a-hole? I don't think so. If this first comment says, if their relationship can't survive, you're expressing a basic opinion, it's not your fault, and I agree with that. Especially if they've been dating for half a year already, and you've only met him twice. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't want him at my mom and I's personal little Christmas exchange either. So if their relationship can't withstand something like this, then that's kind of crazy, and it's not your fault at all. So no, you're not the a-hole. I wouldn't want basically a random man there with me either. Like during a very important holiday to some people. You know what I mean? Anyways, moving on. Okay, am I the a-hole for wanting my boyfriend to talk to me throughout the day and show me the same love I show him? I can't breathe today for some reason. I am a female. I'm in a relationship with my boyfriend, and I'm struggling with whether my expectations are unreasonable. I'm someone who loves deeply and consistently. I think about my partner all day, like checking in, talking, and feeling emotionally connected. Communication and reassurance are really important to me, and that's how I show love. The issue is that he doesn't really talk to me throughout the day. Most days I get a good morning text, and that's pretty much it. Until he decides to text again later. Sometimes hours go by with nothing. There are even times where I don't text at all just to see if he'll reach out on his own. And sometimes he doesn't. It's starting to make me feel crazy because I just want more. I want to feel loved, appreciated, cared for, and talked to. I don't think I'm asking for constant attention, but I do want attention sometimes. And I want to feel like I matter to him the way he matters to me. Sometimes he makes jokes that also add to how I'm feeling. For example, one day he said he had an early Christmas gift for me. When I asked what it was, he joked that it was a muzzle. I laughed it off, but it honestly hurt my feelings. It made me wonder if he thinks I talk too much, or if I'm annoying. I don't talk nonstop. I just want him to talk to me the way I want to talk to him. I've tried to communicate how this makes me feel, but I'm worried I might be asking for too much or coming across as clingy. I genuinely just want to feel loved and to get the same energy, care, and effort that I give. So am I the a-hole for wanting my boyfriend to talk to me more throughout the day and show me the love the way I show him? I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole, but I also don't think he is. I think this is a very, you two are not, it doesn't seem like you two are on the same wavelength relationship-wise, if that makes sense. I know some people are probably like, oh, well, he doesn't need to talk to you all day throughout the day, whatever. Which, yes, but, I mean, because he could be working, he could not be at his phone, he could get in trouble if he has his phone at work. There are sentimental memories. Yesterday, I confronted him via phone call asking if he took it or any other items, and he said he saw the $2 bill and grabbed it while I was gone. Oh my gosh, he thought it would be a cool item to include in his mother's 70th birthday gift since she is from another country and has never seen a $2 bill before. I was livid. He further explained he took it and meant to ask me if he could keep it to give to his mom, but he forgot. In my mind, this is a complete breach of trust and disrespectful to me. I explained that he literally stole from me. I haven't really spoken to him since yesterday, but he keeps saying it was an innocent mistake. No, it wasn't. He has yet to say anything about returning it to me. I'd also like to add he has always been financially supportive of me, so it's not like he needed the money. Am I the a-hole for ending my relationship over this? Update, we did not break up, but he apologized and got my $2 bill back to me. Thanks everyone for your advice and feedback. That's crazy. My brain is going a couple different ways here because one, it wasn't an innocent mistake. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't just like oh well, I went and grabbed my keys out of the bowl. I accidentally must have grabbed it while I grabbed my keys. That's an innocent mistake. He knowingly took it and was going to give it away to somebody without telling you because he forgot to ask. And to me, that's not okay. That's still stealing. That is still stealing somebody else's possessions, and I can't get down with that. Like, again, I know I always kind of compare it to me, but like this is what I would think if I were in that situation, which again, you cannot say, oh well, I would have done this or I would do this in a situation you haven't been in. So take this at like with no seriousness, I guess. If my husband, if he was my boyfriend at the time, took something without asking me and then planned to give it to somebody else as a gift, whether it be his mother, his best friend, his coworker, I don't care. Hit the road, Jack. I don't want to be your girlfriend anymore because what else are you going to take from me without asking just because you thought it was cool and thought it would be a cool gift to somebody else? That's weird. I don't like that. That's like insane to me. But then, on the other hand, she says we did not break up. He apologized and got it back to me. I mean, they're 33 and 42, so they're at that point in their life where they can talk things out, work it out, and like, you know, not everything has to end over one thing. I think it's a very fine line on, like, oh my gosh, that's a 9-year age difference. I didn't notice that until right now. That's a fine line for me. I don't know. I don't know which one of my opinions I agree with more. Like, oh, you're old enough to know, like, this isn't breakup worthy. We can work it out. We can talk it through. We don't have to break up and, like, have bad blood or anything. And then it's the, you literally stole from me. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Like, I don't know where I'm at on that line. But anyways, I wouldn't have thought you were the a-hole if you had ended the relationship. Because that's one of my opinions. One of the two. Like, I wouldn't have thought you were the a-hole. If anything, he's the a-hole because he disrespected you and stole from if it was done with a reason. Which he did both. Okay. This is the last one. I don't know if I said it in the beginning, but I'm obviously doing a relationship edition. So this is the last one because it is already 8:20 where I am. And like in every one of my videos, I'm tired, Grandpa. Okay. Am I the a-hole for considering ending my relationship because my partner's kids clearly don't like me or want me around? Just based off of the title, no. I'm gonna say no. Only because I get, like, if you love somebody, you want to be able to do everything you can to make it work. But then you need to think down the line, okay? At some point, if they don't stop hating you or not liking you. I thought I just heard something. It kind of scared me. That's a dog. And it sounds so close. And it's crazy that you can hear it on my microphone because that dog is outside every single night for hours and hours and hours. And let's see, what's the weather right now? He sits out there and he barks and barks and barks. It's 52 degrees outside right now. Okay, but it's colder because the sun is gone and there's a wind. But he is outside every single night and I can hear him barking. And I live out in the middle of nowhere. Okay? My house, we have 8 acres of land. And then we have nobody across the street from us. We live on a dirt road. And then behind us is a huge, huge wheat/soybean field, okay? In front of us is a pig farm. Our closest neighbor to the right of our house is like 6 acres. There's 6 acres between us, I'm pretty sure. 4 or 6, something like that. This dog is on the other side of the soy and wheat field, tucked back into a corner. And you can still hear him clear as day in my house. That dog drives me nuts. He drives me nuts. And my older dog got out one night and we couldn't find him. We have an air tag on him and we were like searching in the general vicinity of where the air tag said he was. And he was actually at this dog's house. And so I drove over there because I can't walk there. Okay, so that should tell you. So I drove over there. I was knocking on the door. Knock, 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 knock. Nobody was answering, but I heard like 6 dogs. Not kidding. And then I looked at the person's profile on Facebook because they ended up messaging me like, hey, I saw your post on Facebook, whatever. Yeah, they had like multiple dogs and animals, and then this one stays outside all night, every night. And they have kids, so I'm not sure like if that dog doesn't bother them sleeping or the kids sleeping. But it's crazy to me. I mean, it really doesn't bother me. Like I say it does. Most of the time I can tune it out and I don't really listen to it because I've lived here for like 2 years now. And it doesn't really, like, I've learned to just not listen to it. But then there's nights like these where he is like extra loud and it's nonstop. Like he will go. He's gonna go all night. her stepkids up for however many years of just animosity and stress on everybody, and that's just not it. I wouldn't do it. Okay, 31-year-old female, started dating Mark, 34-year-old male, 3 years ago. Mark is a single dad to a 14-year-old boy and a 12-year-old daughter. The mother of Mark's children passed 11 and a half years ago. He dated very little after her death, but before we met, he had dated some. I was his first relationship after the passing of his partner. As a couple, we work well together and share a lot of the same values and goals in life. We can have fun together, but have been able to discuss the serious stuff. I get along well with his family, but not his kids. From the start, 2-ish years now, they have been cold and unwelcoming. Mark has spoken to them. He told me they're in therapy, and he has encouraged them to give me a chance. But they can't hide the fact that they don't want me around. We have gone slow and have tried to find ways to ease the tension and show I'm not a bad person or here to take their dad from them or replace their mother. Nothing works. We've never tried therapy together, but I don't even live with them, and I'm not sure how willing they would be to speak in any therapy sessions with me. My partner has spoken to a therapist and has done some therapy with his kids and implemented suggestions given, but those methods were a waste of time. Nothing changed. I know these things take time. I don't expect sunshine and rainbows overnight, but the more time we spend together, the more I feel his kids' dislike for me. Even when I'm just there and not trying to engage and exist in the same house as them, the tension can be felt. They ignore me, won't even look at me, yet they still radiate tension. I know my partner's family have talked to the kids about giving me a chance. I don't know if that helps or make it worse. I feel like we're facing a reality of they might never accept me or like me, and now I'm considering ending this relationship because I want to be a mom and I don't want to wait too long. And even if I waited until his kids were out of the house, then how would that be fair to have kids who'd have half siblings who would refuse to have anything to do with them or who won't even speak to their mom? My partner and I talked about it. He said he'll understand if it's too much. We're taking some time so I can think. Since this, his sister reached out to me after I didn't show to a couple of events and asked if things were okay, and she told me she hoped she wasn't intruding too much, but she wanted me to know how happy I made her brother and how nicely I fit with the family. And she understands the kids aren't too welcoming, but it would be such a shame for me to walk away. It made me feel bad because I know my partner is a good man and his family has been amazing. But his kids will always be his kids, and I don't know if I could let us come between them or if I could handle living with them always disliking me. No, you're not the a-hole. This is crazy. Yeah, you don't want to have kids with someone who already has kids and they don't like you, because then, yes, that is opening doesn't sound like the poster is trying to be anything evil. Like, she's not trying to be the evil stepmother, you know what I mean? So I think her intentions are pure. She doesn't want to cause any trouble for the dad and his kids, and then she also doesn't want to cause any trouble for herself and her future kids if she were to have kids with the dad, you know what I mean? I think even if, I think they would really have to have a come to Jesus moment, because I mean, you should want your dad to be happy. You should want your dad to be happy if his, like, yes, that was your mom that passed away, but that was his wife. Like, I sorry, I still can't breathe. I feel like I could relate to this in a way. My husband was very, very close to walking away with the Grim Reaper back in 2018, okay? We had gotten into an accident and everything went crazy, okay? And that was a feeling like no other. I never, ever, ever want to feel something like that again. So, yeah, your mother passed away, but his wife passed away. Like, he probably was going through it, and if he found someone that makes him happy, you should let him be happy. And if you make him happy, the poster, if you make him happy, I would honestly, if he makes you happy, and this is what